What's up, Trinbago Vibes peeps, and good night. Welcome to episode 79 of Sunday Vibes Live. It's been a while since we have had this, and it's been a while. I'm not sure when next I should say we're gonna have Sunday Vibes Live, but I thought let me just pop in, give some updates on the past few videos and also what we have up and coming now. Tomorrow is World Steel Pan Day, right? So if you are around Port of Spain or around Woodford Square in the evening, they're gonna have different bands performing. Actually, this whole weekend Trinbago had different events happening. Like it had BP Renegades had a battle of the bands, so to speak. Down South Park had battle of the bands. Pan. Oh, Kavir, big up, big up. Yeah. So good night, and welcome to the vibes, and yeah, even today, Trinbago, and this is all open to the public, free of charge, free admission. Trinbago at their headquarters, that is Dare Street and Melville Lane, I believe. They actually had a pan and worship session going on, right? Meaning that they're giving praise to God and all these things. Plus, they have some pan soloists and panists and stuff. I actually wanted to go and do a live there this evening, but I just got caught up with, housework and organizing for this week because it's a normal work week for me. And so I was organizing food and talking with the wife. Oh, Sean, big up, Yeah, welcome. It's been far too long. So let me, talk about the previous weekend. If this is the first time here on Sunday Vibes Live, here we just chat. I try to answer any questions that you all may have, and I give updates on the past videos or yesterday's video, which I upload every Saturday. And I haven't missed yet. I almost missed once. And also give ideas of what I have up and coming. Yeah. So I'm going back not to the last weekend, the long weekend. That's Emancipation Day weekend. Dread. That was I was real booked up that weekend, meaning that I was going non-stop because end up doing I got invited to Rick's Sports Bar in Curepe for some local bands performing, and one of my partners, big up the Flynn Club, Brandon and stuff. They was performing with a band called Supernormal, and he invited me like some time ago to come across. And I say, I'll come across and give people a taste of some of the local rock bands we have here. That is one of them, Supernormal. And I know it's not for everybody because they're more the heavy metal, death metal kind of vibes. And bro, I apologize for that short. I'll come to that. Actually, I'll come to that right now, right? Before I go back to last weekend. All right. Whoa, Barry, big up. Yeah, Sean. So what happened for that weekend, right? And I was gonna talk about it, but I'll jump ahead since you mentioned that. And I do apologize. I passed the table straight because I popped in Elias and I had a whole different mindset when I was there. Because what happened the day before, somebody broke my glass. They tried to break in the corner, but they just broke the glass and the alarm went off. And so that Sunday morning, I had to go and get fixed. So all that was, so my schedule, my timing, my planning was thrown off a little bit. Like on the drive after getting it fixed, I was still contemplating if to pass through or not. And then, I decided to, at told Josie and them I had to pass through. So I went through. And I was just basically interviewing people, interviewing cosplayers, because that was the main idea, the main concept I wanted to go with. And I didn't get a chance to like really walk the floor properly, to check out the scene properly, because it's like I only had like a few hours, like 2 hours there before I had to press and go and do something else. So that is why, again, I apologize. I pass you. Because I know I was looking forward to coming and check out your work, right? Because big up, for those of you who don't know, right? Sean is a real epic, one of our local comic artists here in Trinidad and Tobago. You should check out his work. Sean, if you can leave a link right now in the comments or stuff, I will share that up. So, because I wanted to really come and check here, and it just slipped my mind, Dread. So sorry about that again. But yeah, so those was some of the things that happened last weekend. Going back to the rock concert thing, even that Oh, Rudra, good night, good night. Even that, I ended up going there late because had some few other things planned. You know, sometimes life is just throw things your way. So I had other things. My original plan was to reach down in the rock concert, the local rock concert, like early, probably around 8, 9, and go live there. But I had other plans just pop up randomly, and I had this other stuff to sort out. So I went and sort that out, and then I came home and bathed and changed and head down there. And coming home, that was headache because it was all over hot traffic that day because that was the same day the CC Williams concert happened in town. So it was traffic all over the place that weekend, and that was the Thursday before Emancipation Day. So that was the Thursday, the July 31st. Yeah, because I was coming there, sure that, and yeah, I got distracted there, and then it's like, all right, let me go on. After that interview there with the Wolf guy, I actually went and looked for Panteronano to get something there, and then I came back and I was just sticking around close to the entrance before I pressed. But yeah, next year for sure. For sure, or even if not next year, if you are having any other thing this year, just shout me, let me know, because Dread, you do actually do some very epic work. I must admit. So, but yeah, for sure, one of these days we go link up. So, yeah, going back to last weekend again. So after that rock concert and a lime, I had plans to reach down 4 o'clock in the morning in All Stars Panyard for the ancestral walk, just to capture that, from the Emancipation Committee for Emancipation Day. And I mean, I left Europe like after midnight, so it's like nah, I needed to get some sleep. But I did um end up on the promenade, and I walked. And I was only going to be there for a certain period because I knew I got invited to go and judge a corridor competition in South. That is Mount Stewart Village, as somebody would have corrected me in the live stream or something. So I just know the area, general areas, Palmyra. So yeah. So that's like. So I was doing the ancestral walk, and while live streaming, I did not walk with my portable charger. So when I ended the stream, just about 5 minutes before I ended the stream, I was down to like 10 or 9% on my battery and my phone battery, because I was live streaming with my phone, right? So yeah, iPhone 13. So yeah, and that's why I didn't complete the whole walk, because we started from the Brian Lara Promenade, went through Piccadilly, and then cross Duke, I think go up Frederick, and then go straight up to the Queen's Park Savannah, to the Emancipation Village. But it's like, you know what? I did reach, I think, close to Frederick Street, and I was like, all right, here good enough, and that's why I ended live. And I think that was about 11:30. So I would have reached the Brian Lara Promenade around 9ish, and yeah. So we live streamed the Emancipation Walk, which was the first time I ever live streamed. Like, I've captured the Emancipation Day and everything before, like, but just by the promenade, right? The first time I did it, the first year I did it, I do a video on it, and then the other years it was live streaming. So yeah, so after that, so that was 11:30 on the Friday, so that's August 1st, right? So I came home after that, bathe, change, and I head straight down to Palmyra, reach down there probably around 2ish, a little after 2. And the place was real hot. And well, I didn't expect my phone. It's quite possible that because I live streamed earlier, alright, and then I came here, and with the cooking, the heat, and on the tent, and probably the breeze wasn't blowing as frequently, I didn't expect my phone to overheat, right? Yeah, the weather here these days, the sun here in Trinidad and Tobago, once it's out, it'll be blazing, it'll be hot. Like, I use a GoPro to record most of my stuff. I have a camera, but I don't really go out with the camera. I prefer the action camera when I'm on the outside, alright? I'll use my regular camera for live streaming, or for if I do in-house shots. Yeah, but even when I did the boat video last weekend, right? The Great Race, all the Great Race boats video. After a while, my camera overheated and shut off on me. And I was like, what? So that's how I know. Like for carnival, I know the phone is overheat, so I will normally walk with an umbrella. Yeah, my look gave or whatever, and use the umbrella because that was the only way I could live stream and live stream and without it being overheating. So, whoa, Mark, greetings. We have the Grenada in the house. Big up, big up. So yeah, so I reached on the corridor and I thought, whatever, we was live streaming it to the end until I had to judge because again I was invited to judge this corridor competition, and I think I was able to capture a good bit of the actions and from each competitor, and yeah, and how we judged that corridor, we did not. Well, we judged presentation. Everybody, we have about five judges, right? Five judges judge presentation before they judge the dock itself, and then we were basically on a table and we label each one, two, three, four, each bowl. So each competitor put their duck in a bowl, in a styrofoam bowl, and it's only the owner of the bar, Obsession 2 bar, knew which one is which because he'd write the names for each one at the base and relate out on the table, and we tasted each one and then we score. And it's only when we was tallying the scores then we refer to see which one is which. So in that way, this is how the judging was judged. So nobody could say we was biased now, because at the end of the day, when we was eating the duck or trying the curry duck, we didn't know who duck it was, that we was trying. All we know, this was number one. Yeah, this you get this and this points. This was number two. You get this and this points. And then after we tally all these scores, then we go back and we check and see, okay, who number one was, who number two was, and all these things. And that's how we was able to get the winners. Now, I wasn't able to stick around for them to announce the winners, but Cool Spot was if you watch the live at the corridor competition, Cool Spot won the taste because they had one of the best ducks, and the long to the other ducking thing, the one that had the full presentation, I can't remember the name offhand, they won the best presentation. So yeah. So that was thanks, Sean. So that was from a little after 2, and I was down there till about 5ish, I think. Yeah, and then I came up the road. I just came straight up the road. Yeah, I was there until a little after 5, and then I came straight up the road to back to the savannah because I wanted to capture the Cambule, right? Meaning the flambeau walk procession from the Queen's Park Savannah. They was going back to All Stars Panyard on Brian Lara Promenade side, but I know I wasn't going to make that walk because I was done up and down whole from the night before straight wholly. So yeah, I just wanted to capture all these things, Dread. So that's basically what I've been doing, and I appreciate all the support and people tuning in and everything for that. Yeah. So, and then, well, that was the Friday as Emancipation Day, right? And then come the Saturday now. Now, yesterday's video dropped, the video foot down Cedra side for the Crab House Regatta 2025. Yeah. I actually was editing that and I was planning to drop that last weekend. But upon during the edits, and because I was for the long weekend, I was just pushing the things for the culture, right? I didn't really get time to edit the full thing, and I could have done a quick edit, but I realized this needed more time to edit, and I knew it was having the boat procession, the Great Race boat, display on the avenue. Well, they was passing through Trackett Road, and then they was going on the avenue for a little bit, and I was actually planning to go and live stream that, and then I tell myself, you know what? Well, I told my wife, I think I'm going to just record a video on that, and that way I could just come back and throw in my own music so I don't get the copyright strikes, because what will happen is, like, when we doing some live events or live streaming these events, right? Remember DJs playing music, and we have all the soca, all the chutney, all the local music and thing. Unfortunately, some of those get copyright strikes, and like on YouTube, like some of the songs they have revenue sharing. which I don't mind. If that there, I don't touch that at all. But then others have, there's partially blocked for certain regions, or it cannot be monetized. And in those cases, I would just about a week or two after, I will then go in and either replace the track or mute the track. So if somebody watching it, like say a month after it'll be live stream, certain parts of it will either be muffled or it'll have a louder tune than what it was originally there. And all that is just to get be more marketable, more so it could be monetized. And of course they'll still have revenue sharing for those songs or people who allow revenue sharing. So that's what is be going on in these live events. And again, we have no control. So I saying this so that when I went and record the Great Race boats and stuff, right, I was able to come back home after record, because that was basically a walkthrough. That was an easy video. So I came home and I just minimum editing, throw in some music and upload that, and that was the video for Saturday. Now I told myself and I told you all that, all right, 5 years up since I started the channel, I have been posting consistently, right, every week on a Saturday, around 6ish most times. Some days it'll be later, 7ish, 8ish. I think once I post 10, and that's because I was pushing to edit videos and I didn't finish edit in time. But this wrongs, I was like, I don't know. I just wanted to drop that because I already had a plan to do that video. So, well, do not that video, but to live stream it. And it's like, I just thought it would have been better the way I did it. And I guess it worked. So thank you all for enjoying that one and for, tuning in. And good night and good evening, everybody. We have Doraya, we have FJ, we have Saif. Good night and welcome to Sunday Vibes Live. This weekend, Dread, it was a mixture between hot sun and then rain, and heavy rain. At least up north, right? I'm not sure the other parts of the country. You all could let me know, but if that was the same thing. Yeah, boy, Sean. Thanks so much. Yeah. So I do try to, give credit where credit is due. There are some local music I use, and I actually try and reach out to the artist and get permission before I use it, right? Like Joshua Regarlo, I would have used some of his music in the past. I have a few Keyshawn Julian, next one I would use music for in the past, and Samantha Elliott as well. Some of those are local panists that I would reach out and message and say, hey, I want to do this, I want to use this track. Could I go ahead? Could I get permission to use it? And at the end of the day, I will always give credit once I'm using local music. And not only that, I also I have what was it? But I can't remember this music producer and all that local producer, and he do a little Christmas music. So started with Chiming Productions, boy. Anyway, I was using one of his tune as well, and he shout out these people for allowing other creators to use their tunes once a reference is given. So that is how we do it. Alright. So that was basically last weekend. I was trying to remember if this Sunday. No, Sunday I think I did I had taken a break last weekend. I did not do any Sunday Vibes Live. I just double checking after the so that was me last weekend. So Sunday was a kind of rest day in a sense, a rest and recovery day, right? And then, well, during the week I was editing, like after work I was editing the yesterday's video. No, Sunday. Yeah, well, I'll explain what happened Sunday. Sunday I was down in Elias and my car was broken into Saturday evening. Well, they broke the glass. They didn't take anything, right? But it's such a headache. Like, I'm happy they didn't take anything because I didn't really have anything in the car, besides some jackets and old clothes and stuff, and probably a tripod. But it's just be annoying and time consuming and stuff to go on. I had to go and source the window and then get somebody to install it and everything. Shout out the mechanic in Sandy Grande. That's where I end up going and get the part and get it installed. So it's on the way back from there. I remember I was like, do I really go Elias boy? Because I wasn't really feeling it. I won't lie. Like that threw me off a little bit, and but I still end up going, and because it's like, hey, for the content, because it's so interesting. Like, there are certain videos that I know I will do on the channel, and it will have a certain amount of viewership, and because I know these videos are niche, so I don't expect it to do as well as, say, any food video or any big cultural event video, or let me say checking out a certain spots, these touristy spots that we have here. So, but I will still do it because, one, I enjoy it, and two, I like to cover everything Trinidad and Tobago, no matter how small it is, no matter what niche it is. And yeah, so I would always yeah, thanks so much, Sean. Dread. I had the hat and thing, I had the hat, and I had a Jigglypuff. I was gonna attach onto my shoulder and thing to come through, but like that breaking threw me off a little bit. So yeah. No, yeah, Mark. No one was hurt or anything, but it's just the inconvenience, right? And like again, shout out that mechanic. He named Nathaniel, in Grandi. Yeah. He sorted me out with the parts and install and everything. It's just the distance to go there and the time spent. So yeah. So that was last weekend, and then, well, because actually attended Elias and ended up going there because I was glad I went. Again, Sean, sorry, I miss you, but don't worry, next time. Next weekend is when I'll be dropping that video, right? So I was able to edit the Crab House video that I did, Dong Sidrust, and that was the weekend before. So the Saturday before, which was the 26th, I think, 26th? Yeah, I was down there, and I was got invited by the main people who threw the event, right? The Crab House people who threw the event. So it was a nice experience. There are certain things I didn't like, and I'm gonna talk about it here. And I basically, and I mean, they didn't have any control of it because they had garbage bags and things. They had people picking up the rubbish, but it had rare people, like when he was by the shore, just throwing their bottles on the beach, and I found that annoying, dread. And like a good bit of them, and again, is I guess the area and the amount of people there, and people do not want to take back their bottle or whatever bottle they have in their hand. They just throw down on the shore. Is like, that was disgusting, and that was the only part I think I didn't like, And again, it was a mixture of people, because it was sort of a mixture between some local, some non-local. So it's like, that was the only annoying part about it. But apart from that, it was a fun experience to see like men actually, racing and thing. I didn't get a chance to go out in any other than boatmen. I mean, I probably could have, but it's just I was trying to capture a few things, and the sad thing is they had more footage, right? But what happened is that my SD card at the end kind of got corrupted, and I lost some of the footage. So coming down to the end, I lost some of that footage, but I was able to capture to see that Hilux driving into the ocean, because it's like, I never saw that before now, and it's like, wait, now that man going to get stuck there, boy. I was wondering if he would have get stuck, and people would have to come and pull him out or whatever. Because normally the sand down in the south side, the east side, south Gulf of Paria, so that would be the western side, southwestern side of Trinidad, it doesn't be that hard, Meaning that it normally be silky, soft sand kind of thing, but he drive out there normal, and I was like out of all the footage that I captured for that event, I just wanted to make. I was glad I was able to save that one because I thought, apart from the drone shots, right? Apart from the drone shots, I just thought that one was like one of the better ones. So yeah, and well, that was basically a whole day. That one I did reach down Cedrus a little after lunch, and I was there until 5, 6 o'clock in the evening to capture all that. And yes, so that was yesterday's video. And next week again we'll be dropping the Alliance video that I chat about earlier in this one. So, and this will be my third time covering Alliance. I mean, the first year it was fun. That was the first time I attended. Like, Dread, I knew about it, and but last time I had to attend something like that was I've been way back in. Oh yeah, that would have been, boy. That'll probably be 2005, 2004. I think it was Heroes Association, or I can't remember which. Basically, it was people who used to sell local comics. I can't remember. It's Hero 4 Foundation, was it? I can't remember. And basically, I remember we used to go up there. They used to have like comics and collectibles, and then they have different screens showing the different anime, and it was basically spend the whole day watching anime, interacting. It had probably one or two people who would have dressed up and cosplay and stuff. That would have been my last experience with this kind of thing, and so it was fun because so I was going back years, so that was when I was really young. So when I attended Alias the first time, I do the first video. That was fun, and then I got invited last year and this year again to come back and cover it, right? So yeah, so that's what I did. And for this volume 3 version, I was like, all right, I know I did more or less I did cover some of the vendors, and last year I did cover the whole event and what it entailed. I said this year, let me just interact with more cosplayers and interview them a little bit, and so that's what next week's video is going to be about. It's going to be a little lengthy, because I'm trying to get as much of them as possible, and because it's always been nice to interact with a community, and I will call them a community who kind of there for each other in a sense and will support each other, right? And that is what the anime / cosplay community here in Trinidad is about. So it's always been nice to capture that. And so you'll hear more about that next week video, and then the one after that, I'm not sure yet what I'm doing. It would be most likely either a local chocolate video, or I am going to do the instant tomato sugar, the instant bygone, the instant dal series. I'm doing the whole thing wherever could I get in the grocery. Already recorded some of it, so you can look forward to that one. I just have to do the next half of it, so to speak. So spoilers, of course, these instant tomato sugar and instant pumpkin and thing. But I'm telling you all now, and you'll hear it in that video. The bygone chocolate is probably the best one. The price, but yeah, I already given spoilers before the video drop, but that will be most likely, if not the following week, it will come the week after, right? Yeah, more or less. Or if not, then it will be the first weekend in September, because I think the week after would be the last Saturday in August, and I do plan to live stream Pan on the Avenue. So that would be, I wouldn't be editing or dropping a video like the regular Trinbago Vibes video on, and that will be the 30th. So the day before our independence. Yeah. So the 30th of August, that will be the last Saturday in August. I will be live streaming Panoni Avenue, and that will be the video for that day, that night, that weekend. I'm not going to drop any other video on that day because Panoni Avenue starting around 6. So I'll be on the avenue from 6 until, most likely 2 hours. So 6 until 8, possibly. So, but do look out for that instant food video or a local chocolate video. Now, you'll get a hint of it if you have seen the video I did with which one, boy, with the cocoa research, cocoa research center at the Gandhi Institute, Mahatma Gandhi Institute, down in Mount Hope. You would have seen me cover Rio Women's Chocolate, basically. And so I got somebody, actually, when I was in the farmer's market the other day, one of the vendors reached out to me and like, hey, they have access to this if you want to come down and do a documentary down on that side. And I was like, of course, that's what we're here to do. So I'm hoping to do some local chocolate stuff as well in the up and coming weekends. So I'm not sure if that will be dropped in the following weekend or the Saturday after, depending on how when I record that and when I'm able to edit it. That'll be how it goes. I appreciate that, Mark. I appreciate that. Yeah, and it's so interesting. There are more like cheap eat spots that I ain't really cover. But Central does seem to have like the majority of them. So, yeah. And of course, I will be live streaming tomorrow. I mentioned this earlier in the chat. I will be live streaming tomorrow after 5. I'll be at Woodford Square recording some of the World Steel Pan Day because that's what it is tomorrow. So we celebrating that. And it's time we recognize the only instrument, created in the last century, the 20th century. Yeah. The steel pan. I mean, yeah, they have the hand pan, which is modification to our steel pan. And they basically turn it over and like, alright, yeah. But it is our national instrument. It was created here. And finally, these bands are getting recognized, and the players are getting recognized for the work that they do, the music they play, the hours they put into practice. And yeah, we have to support as best we can. Like the history upon, there's a stigma to it that is overcoming with over the years. It's slowly being erased, with badges and all these things and stuff. We would have covered this at the Carnival Museum video, so in case you haven't seen that or want to learn more about the history of Pan, check that one out. That was a amazing venture as well. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll be at Woodford Square in the evening around 5ish, a little after 5. So if you have chance, tune in, and that's about it for the updates this weekend, last weekend, and for the rest of the month. I'm not sure if I'll have a next Sunday Vibes live for this month, but we'll see how it goes, And now we reach the session where I'm going to wrap up in a minute or two because I have other stuff to go and sort out. This is our work week. If you're all on vacation, enjoy it. Especially I know because kids are off. School is reopening on the 8th, so they have an extra week in September. Again, because Independence Day is falling on a Sunday, August 31st. So the Monday would be the holiday. And the Ministry of Education gave the rest of that week, the first week in September, off. So yeah, so it's like, yes. Because, apart from the inconsiderate drivers we have on the roads, and I say inconsiderate, especially on the highway, for people who like cruising on the right side of the highway and don't understand keep left exit when overtaking. Right, apart from them, the roads are pretty nice. This is strong. So again, if you're all in vacation, enjoy it, have fun. For all the kids out there, enjoy your vacation, your Java July August vacation. And then there, next thing you know, Christmas around the corner, bam. Well, we had Diwali and things to sort out first. And that's another thing that I'm planning to do. So I'll give you all some more spoilers before I wrap up here. Every year around Diwali time, I would do a temple hopping episode or something related to Hindu culture and stuff. And this year I decided to I want to do some festivals. So I think I'll be covering 3 festivals from now until then, and that will be the Diwali video this year. So we have something called Krishna Janmashtami coming up. We have Ganesh Utsav, and I probably might do Navratri. Of course, I'll live stream the Diwali Nagar when I get chance. There's also another festival, and this is a Yoruba festival, so more African based. Happening in September. I'm not sure if I'll be doing a video on that or live streaming it. I'll see, because I was down Rambut Village, so that is south. And yeah, and that's basically more or less it for me for the updates for everything that has happened. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Sean, again, don't worry, I know I miss you this wrongs, and I apologize for that, but we will link up for sure. I also want to do some more to its light, with other creators, other content creators and things. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, and that's about it for me. I know we have like a good bit of movies going on. I haven't seen this is a session where just before wrap up, anything goes wherever. I haven't seen Fantastic Four yet. I'm hoping to go and take in that this week here. Superman, I find was amazing, right? People love it, hate it, and whatever, but I find it was good. I find Jurassic Park was good. Yes, it has similar tropes from the previous session, and of course, plot armor is spoil everything. Not spoil everything, but plot armor would explain how certain certain things happen. But yeah, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Superman. I want to go and see Naked Gun, because like I was contemplating on how Qui-Gon Jinn could be funny, but we never know what Liam Neeson. Oh my god, I mixed it up. What Liam Neeson would bring. So we'll see how that goes, and I want to see Fantastic Four, because I heard it was good, right? The movie wise. Oh, Patricia, good night, good night. So that's basically it from me. That's the update. Tune in tomorrow for World Steel Pan Day. I will be covering part of it. Alright, and until then, you all have a safe week, have a productive one, have a good night when you get there, sweet dreams when you get there, sorry. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. So you all have a great one.